This is that great evil.
Yeah.
That great evil that Moses prophesied to happen to the children of Israel.
We're proving it right now.
We're proving it out the Bible. We're proving that the Bible is a true book. On the Natives Hour, we let you know that you so-called Native American Indians, you are Israelites. You so-called Puerto Ricans, you are Israelites. You so-called Cubans, you are Israelites. Thus said the Lord, not us.
I didn't make it.
we didn't write the Bible. We didn't write this. All right, let's go back to the video. Let's go back to the video. 5 minutes. By declaring native peoples to be merciless Indians shouting. I'm sorry, go like 4.
In 1787, that most of the English colonies sanctioned and encouraged scalping Indians. In 1776, the United States birthed the first 13 states on land taken through the ethnic cleansing of dozens of eastern seaboard tribes. The Declaration of Independence further enshrined the belief of Euro-American settler supremacy by declaring native peoples to be merciless Indians shouting.
The Declaration of Independence. Is that still here today?
Absolutely.
That's still here.
They got it framed up.
They got it framed, right? It said they declare Native. What did it say? They established Native Americans are Indian savages. That's in your independence.
It's not my independence.
What's called a Declaration of Independence?
It's not my independence.
It ain't my independence. It ain't the Israelites' independence. It's Esau's independence. It's Moab's independence in America. It's Ammon in the independence in America.
Everyone else is not.
Everyone else that's not Israel. Oh yeah, that's talking about them. They got independence in America. But the so-called Native Americans, the blacks, Haitians, Jamaicans, Hispanics, that is not for you. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37.
Exclusive right to extinguish the Indian title of occupancy. So if I don't discover in America, they can kick the people off that was already here.
That's allowed.
Watch this though. Who wrote the dictionary? In the white man dictionary. They don't know what the word discovery means.
Apparently not. They know. No. They know.
They wrote the definition for discovery and they're not even using it. Think about that sound. I discovered your house. Even though you've been living there, I discovered it. And by me discovering it, that gave me the right to kick you out.
And kill you.
And kill you.
On your front porch.
Extinguish. Go back to Deuteronomy 28, please. Deuteronomy 28. We got to read that again. Deuteronomy 28:15. Warning for disobedience. We was warned. We can't say it's nobody's fault. We can't say, oh, the white man. No, it's not it's our fault. We was warned. Yeah. We was
fair warning.
Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 15. Mm-hmm. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments.
All of the commandments that the Most High gave to Moses to give to us. We have to do them. Read.
And his statutes.
Had to eat what they told us we had to stop. Read Deuteronomy 28, verse 46.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 46. And they shall be upon thy seed forever, or they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
So the Most High said these curses should be upon the Israelites for a sign. What does a sign do? A sign tells you something.
It tells you what it is.
You see a stop sign. Hey, you better stop at a stop sign. That's a sign. These curses is a sign to let the Israelites know you're not niggas. You're not Native Americans. You fit these curses, therefore you are Israel. That's what these signs meant to do. You know.
And for a wonder.
And for a wonder. It makes you wonder, why did this happen to me? You know.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So God said, you know what? I gave you this big, beautiful, bountiful land. I gave you all your food, everything. You know what? Y'all gonna be gracious. And y'all gonna have to depend on your enemies.
They're going to tell you what to eat.
They're going to tell you what to eat. They're going to tell you how to eat. They're going to tell you what to wear. They're going to tell you what language to speak. They're going to control your whole life.
They're going to tell you your history.
Right, exactly. They're going to rewrite your history. Read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Come on.
Which the Lord shall send against
the Lord sent them against us. Read.
In hunger.
In hunger. We just saw our Native American, so-called Native American brother just said, man, all we ate was boiled and baked meats. We ate off the trees and the fruit.
The land.
We ate off the land. But they said, you know what? You got to have a permit now to pick your own fruit. Because the sister said they're trying to do away with us. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. That's in the Bible. Read that.
Psalms 83 and verse 1. 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
So, brothers and sisters, God has enemies. He said they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They form a gathering.
Yeah.
We don't.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They've taken crafty, sneaky, deceitful counsel. Read.
Against thy people.
Who is God's people? The Israelites are God's people.
That's right.
The so-called Native Americans, Hispanics, and the so-called African Americans, the Native nations. You are God's people. We don't.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Come on.
They have said.
What they say?
Come and let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off. Let us destroy the language. Let us destroy their name. Let us kill off their ancestors so that they don't know their history.
Right.
Let us cut off their food supply so they starve out. Let us call them Native American Indians so they can forget who they are. Let's make a football team, Washington Redskins, just to make a mock out of what we did. That's crafty counsel, man. Read on.
Come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
So they said, come, let us cut these people off completely. The sister said, they trying to do away with us. That's what they're trying to do. But the Bible says that God's enemies was going to say, come, let us cut off the nation of Israel from being a people. Read.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
No more in your remembrance. That's why Isaiah 1:3 said, my people don't even consider. Because in Psalms, it was already prophesied that the nations would come together and say, you know what, let's cut off these Negroes and savages and Hispanics. Let's cut them off. Let's cut them off from who they are. Let us teach them who we want them to be.
And let them all be separate.
Right.
You're not the same.
They're going to speak Spanish. They're going to speak Portuguese. They're going to speak English.
Right.
It's a language barrier. And that's crafty counsel. That's all crafty counsel. Go back to the video, please. 51 minutes. Start at 51. To the white man's ways. Kill the Indian single man.
The forced assimilation has caused cultural genocide. They took all the children away to boarding schools, made them totally unable to practice their culture or speak their language.
We lived in a log house, and we were happy. And we were doing good. Our dad was working, and no alcohol or drugs, no abuse of any kind. I remember this little old lady coming in with a clipboard. When she came in, she wrote something down, and she left. I remember how she looked at me. I know where I was standing on the bed when she came in. All I had to do was write it down, which made it fact, and then they removed you. Next thing you know, we're reloaded onto army buses, and they took us to a town called Woburn.
Stop.
When we got...
I think, brothers and sisters, this Bible's a true book.
That was recent, too.
This Bible's a true book. Get Deuteronomy 28:32. Brothers and sisters, don't forget the thought. We read in Daniel that only the nation of Israel would go through these curses that we're reading in Deuteronomy. Only the nation of Israel would go through these curses in Deuteronomy. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
God says your sons and your daughters will be given to another people. We just read it. No, we just heard the brother say when he was a little kid, an Edomite woman came in there with a clipboard and wrote something down. Next thing you know, he was shipped off. Shipped off to learn another nation's ways.
On army buses.
On army buses. Escorted. You know they say, kill the Indian, save the man. That was their motto. Kill the Indian, but save the man.
That way he can work for him later.
Exactly. Read that. Read it again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
They couldn't stop the so-called white man from doing that. They couldn't stop them taking their kids off and sending them to boarding schools to kill the Indian but save the man. They couldn't stop that. I bet you they tried, but they couldn't do it. Read on.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
Ain't no might, no military might, no economic might. Nothing was in the so-called Native Americans' might to stop the so-called white man from taking their children.
That's right.
There was no might. Why? Because God said there wasn't going to be no might. This is the works of God. This is the works of God for our disobedience, brothers and sisters. Go back to the video. Just
Out there were army buses, all in a big circle, all filled with Native kids. We had no idea or clue where we were going. We ended up in Pierre, South Dakota, the capital of South Dakota. We ended up there, there's a boarding school there. And that's where he loaded us. It was a national policy to kidnap and just legally take Native children.
Stop. So that was a legal policy. That was a policy throughout the whole nation. You gotta say what he just said. That was a U.S. forcibly removed children. It was legal to do that. That was legal.
They were allowed to do it.
They were allowed to do it.
Repercussions.
Read verse 41, please. Read Deuteronomy 20:41.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 41.
Read.
Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them.
You should not enjoy them. Why?
For they shall go into captivity.
That's captivity, man. That's captivity.
That's right.
That ain't no free will. That's captivity. They boarded them up on army trucks.
Army trucks
and sent them up to boarding school. That's captivity. That's captivity.
You think they were having fun in that boarding school?
Oh no. We don't listen to what they was doing in those schools. But that's captivity, brothers and sisters. So what are we proving on the natives' hour? We're proving that the so-called Native American Indians, you are Israelites.
That's right.
You fit the curses in Deuteronomy 28. You have a place. You have a place in God's kingdom. It's high time to take it. Read on. Read verse 32 again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Given unto your enemies. To kill the man. No, kill the Indian, but save the man. Give it to your enemies to do that. Read on.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Come on.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
No might in your hand. Go ahead, Jose.
They gave these prison workings to these different sects, churches, to build their mission schools and to take the children away and teach them about Christianity.
Christianity has devastated our people because they did not understand how we prayed for heathens. They took our children, they put them in boarding schools, they just simply took them away and beat them if they didn't learn quote unquote Christianity.
Stop. Stop. And say they took our kids, they sent them away, they beat them,
That's what they were doing in that
they
way.
beat them and forced them to learn quote unquote Christianity. Now my question is this.
The same as the black and
The
Hispanic?
same as the black and Hispanics, bro.
Same Christianity?
Same Christianity that overtook the so-called blacks, Hispanics. Why? Because we are the same people. I'm glad you brought that up. Get that Jeremiah real quick. Get that Jeremiah 50:33 real quick. Jeremiah 50:33. Read that.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33.
Come on.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
They were what?
Oppressed together.
God says the children of Ephraim and the children of Judah were oppressed together. Meaning what? They was going to go through the same exact thing. It was oppressed together by the same person. That's in the Bible, brothers and sisters. That's in the Bible. Read on.
And all that took them captives held them fast.
Uh-huh.
They refused to let them go.
God says that they refused to let them go.
That
We're gonna call them savages until the end of time.
We're going to beat them and not let them go until they learn Christianity.
Right. Ooh. We're gonna call them niggas until the end of time. Ooh. Hey, I like that. Say that again, what you just said.
We're going to beat them and not let them go until they learn Christianity.
Let's read that. Let's read that. Get that in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 49. 48. Sorry.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48.
Uh-huh.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies,
Uh-huh.
which the Lord shall send against thee,
Read on.
in hunger,
Uh-huh.
and in thirst,
Uh-huh.
and in nakedness.
And nakedness. All the things that we need. Water, food, and clothing. We just got to serve our enemies. Read.
And in want of all things.
Come on.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck,
Yoke of iron. Read on.
until he have destroyed thee.
Until he have destroyed thee. Are we? But we still here. So what does that talk about?
That'll be that.
Mentally destroyed. Christianity is destroying our people. Jehovah's Witness, Baptist, Islam is destroying our people.
That also doesn't help us unify together as one.
Is it? It's gonna keep us separate. Religion was made for what? To separate the children. That's it. Give them a false God, false hope, so they can never connect with each other. But go back to the video, please, because I like what she said. I like what she said.
Because they did not understand how we prayed. Heathens. They took our children. They put them in boarding schools. They just simply took them away and beat them if they didn't learn, quote unquote, Christianity.
So he said they took our children, forcibly took them, beat them if they didn't learn Christianity. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 64.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people,
Uh-huh.
from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
So the Most High said He's gonna scatter us among all the people on the earth. Read.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
So it's prophesied that we was gonna have to serve other gods in captivity. That's what God said. You don't want to serve me? Okay. You're gonna serve a false God.
White man Jesus.
You're gonna serve a false God. Thus says the Lord. Read on.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Because our forefathers didn't know seashore poaching.
Not before they landed on them ships.
Exactly. Right. Our forefathers, you know, in the scriptures, they didn't know Muhammad. They didn't know that. They might have prophesied about it, but they wasn't serving no Muhammad, Islam. They wasn't serving Christianity. They wasn't doing none of that. That was a curse, man. Letting you know on the native's hour that you are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
That's who you are. It's our time to wake up and take control of your destiny, because your destiny is the kingdom. Keep God's commandments and you're going to live. Right? All right, go back to. All right, that's it. Go to the video. We are still here. Yeah, 5 minutes.
Carry on everything else.
We are not taught our history. Our history is only taught from arrival of contact on. Beyond that, we don't have a history. They don't talk about it. And even then, they only talk about certain things. I basically, the way I talked about it, I was like, yeah, I remember that chapter in history in 3rd grade. You know, I feel like that's all the history on natives that we got. You know, it wasn't anything. A fantasy of the first Thanksgiving, when yes, there was that first Thanksgiving, but in the years afterwards, the Pilgrims had a Thanksgiving celebration every time they slaughtered an entire village. So really, what is Thanksgiving?
Stop. Did y'all hear that, brothers and sisters? Did y'all hear that? He said, we ain't taught our history. We not taught that. We taught Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving was the slaughter of the so-called Native Americans. Read that again. Read that again.
Psalms 83.
Brothers and sisters, when we hear natives, I'll let you know that this Bible is a true book, man. This Bible is a true book. This is your history. Read.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult,
Go.
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
What they say? Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
Read on.
and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off.
How are they cutting our people off? Can we repeat that again? How? They said, come, let us cut them off. This brother say, we're not even being taught our history no more.
That's right.
If that ain't being cut off, I don't know what is. Play that again.
To try to carry on everything else.
We are not taught our history. Our history is only taught from arrival of contact on. Beyond that, we don't have a history. They don't talk about it. And even then, they only talked about.
The brother said, beyond that, we don't have a history. Read that again, please. What did it say?
Psalms 83 and verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
So you don't even remember. He said, we don't have a history.
That's right.
What happened to this brother's history? Every nation has a history.
He's at page 3, chapter 4.
Right. Say, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that in class. Every nation has a history. Where's this brother's history? Where is it? Where is it? It's in this Bible. His history is right here.
We're reading it for you.
We're reading it right here on the Natives Hour. We're reading your history, brother. Because your enemies will not let you know who you are. They won't let you know.
Nor do they care.
They don't even care. No, they do care. That's why they don't want you to know. They do care, because if they didn't care, they would let you know, you're from tribe. You belong to the 12 tribes of Israel. But they care so much, nah, we're not going to let him know that he's supposed to be ruling me right now. They ain't gonna let us know that.
We'll give him chapter 3 in history.
Right, chapter 3 is social studies.
Yeah. Here's your Thanksgiving turkey.
Read that again, bro.
Psalms 83 and verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
So the Bible prophesied that the nation of Israel would become this. We play that again, also? Play it again.
Certain things, I basically remember, the way I talked about it, I was like, yeah, I remember that chapter in history.
So the Bible prophesied that our people would become this, where our history would be erased from our minds.
Right.
The Bible said, hey, read it again.
Psalms 83 and verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
These other nations said, hey, let's come together and say, you know what? Let's cut this brother's history off. But let's teach them the Bible from the view of the enemy.
Right.
Let's teach them God loves everybody. Even though I'm killing your people, God loves everybody, brother. Even though I'm raping and robbing your mother, your father, I'm killing all your food. Brother, God loves everybody. You gotta love me. Because God said, look, read that again.
Psalms 83 and verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation,
Read.
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That's what they said. In order for them to see that, they must know who the Israelites are.
That's right.
They know. They know. And they said, come, let us cut them off. But guess what? The Most High is brilliant. The Most High is a genius.
Master strategy.
Even though they, quote unquote, cut us off, the Most High left clues.
That's right.
Play that video. Play that.
Into a mound near those earthworks, and he found a wooden coffin made of oak. They opened up the coffin and found a skeleton of a man holding a little box. It was about 8.10 inches in size. The box had been cemented shut here. This, by the way, is sitting in Ohio. Well, he opened up the box and he found a little man inside, a little black stone. They took it to scholars and they looked at it. The man seems to be carrying something, and there's writing here. At first, they couldn't recognize. The writing is, they thought in 1860, some sort of Hebrew. Well, finally, about 20 years later, they found some rabbis living in the area, and the rabbis looked at that, and they could read it. They said it was an old kind of block Hebrew, and it was a rendition of the Ten Commandments. Now, this is another piece. Block Hebrew. They said they'd never seen anything like it. Mainstream archaeologists at the time called this a hoax. But then in 1900, or just about after 1900, in Israel, they found the same block-style Hebrew writing. Mainstream art.
The question is, how the same writing in America, so-called America, is the same block Hebrew writing that's in Israel today? How is that possible?
Must have moved magic.
Magically appeared, right? Play on.
Archaeologists still dismiss the findings. They found it in Israel and they found it in Ohio. But there was another stone that they found that they couldn't argue. This is the Bat Creek stone. It was found during the course of an official Smithsonian evacuation. The Smithsonian didn't understand the meaning of the writing on the stone. They thought it was Cherokee. Since it came from Cherokee country, they didn't realize that it's actually Hebrew. They had published this originally upside down. They threw it in a box in the bottom of the Smithsonian, put it in the basement. Many years later, a scholar took it out of the box, looked at it, and went, oh my gosh, it's upside down. It's Phoenician, ancient Hebrew. So what's going on here? What is that about? Where is that history?
Stop right there. Where is that history?
He asked what is.
Where's that history? How is Paleo ancient Hebrew in America? How is that possible?
How did they cross the Bering Strait?
Let's prove that. It's 2nd Ezra, chapter 13. Chapter 13. 2nd Ezra, chapter 13. Hold on. Oh, for some, real.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13.
What you gotta know, brothers and sisters, that the Bible is a history book about you.
Right.
Let you know how did the so-called Native Americans get here?
The Bering Strait.
Did they, were they brought here by angels, or did they just pop up, poof, did they evolve, or what? How did they get here?
Came from apes, right?
Came from apes, evolved, from sea creatures, and evolved up to human. Read that.
2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 40.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners.
Talking about the northern kingdom, the so-called Native Americans, so-called Hispanics. It's talking about you, the natives. Read.
Out of their own land in the time of Hosea, the king, whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
Yep.
And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
Read.
But they took this counsel.
So they took counsel, the so-called Native Americans, so-called Hispanics, the northern kingdom of Israel took counsel. Read.
They took took this counsel among themselves
Uh-huh.
that they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
Of the who?
Of the heathen.
Of the heathen, the other nations.
Everyone else.
We're going to leave where everybody at.
Yep.
Come on.
And go forth into a further country.
A further country.
Where never mankind dwelt.
So hold on, wait a minute. So during this time, it was a place on the earth where nobody was living.
Isn't that China?
Nah, bro. That's talking about America, the islands. But they took this counsel. They say, we gonna come together, you know what? We don't want to be around these heathens no more. We want to go to a place where nobody's living.
Nobody's at it all.
Nobody's at. Start fresh. Start fresh.
Yep.
Read on.
That they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
Because they was keeping God's commandments, you know, to the most part when they came over here. Circumcision, you know, feast days, fringes. That's what they were doing. Read on.
And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passages.
The Most High is telling you how you got here. So-called Native Americans, so-called Hispanics. The Most High is letting you know how you got here. Come on.
By the narrow passages of the rivers. For the Most High then shewed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
So the Most High said it was a far, far country.
Right.
It took a long time to get there. It took a long time. So, you know, evidently you had to go from one end to another, right? Evidently it was a long way.
If you look the bottom of Africa, if you look it up, those are the most dangerous waters of the ocean.
What the Most High said though?
Said though that for the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood.
Still. Well, say, I got y'all. I know y'all want to go get away from the heathen. I got y'all. Read on.
Till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
Read.
And the same region.
Which they hold on, don't get into it yet. So the same region that the so-called Native American Indians and the so-called Hispanics dwelled on. What was it called?
The same region is called Arsaret.
So let's bring it out.
So it's not called America.
It was not called America. And we're going to get to that why it's called America today. It's called Arsaret in the Bible. This is your Jewish encyclopedia. Jewish. You know, you know I gotta say that. Jewish means pertaining to people. Alright? They say they Jews, they're not the real Jews. The so-called Native Americans, you are the real Jews.
That's right.
You Hispanics, you are the real Jews. Let's get to it. Jewish Encyclopedia, Arsaret, the name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of men, like we read in Ezra, in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses until the time of the restoration. Columbus identified America with this plan.
So it's not China.
It's not China.
No,
it wasn't India. He didn't come up here thinking it was India. Oh, we must be India.
Yes,
you are Indians. No. He knew where the Israelites were. Right. He knew exactly where they were. Therefore, he came and said, you know what? Y'all going into captivity. Read that again.
For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. And the same region is called Arsaret.
Arsaret, America. So the Most High, he lets us know, man, this book is not an ordinary book. It's not an ordinary book. But the only way to get the understanding of this book is you got to keep God's commandments. That's the only way to get understanding. And you got to realize that, hey, this book is talking about me. I'm in the book. This is my history. Because remember, we read in Daniel 9 that only the Israelites would go through this great evil. No other nation would go through this, brothers and sisters. No other nation went through our animals being slaughtered our children being taken away. No other nation went through that. No other nation got to depend on their enemies for everything. Food, water, clothing, everything. Right. Diseases.
Yep.
Smallpox.
The worst disease imaginable.
Alright, let's get to go back to the video and play it back a little bit. Probably about 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Here we go. And play it back a little bit.
What is that about? Where is that history?
Brought here by Hebrew people in search of a new promised land.
That it's actually Hebrew. They had published this originally upside down. They threw it in a box at the bottom of the Smithsonian, put it in the basement. Many years later, a scholar took it out of the box, looked at it, and went, oh my gosh, it's upside down. It's Phoenician, ancient Hebrew. So what's going on here? What is that about? Where is that history?
Brought here by Hebrew people in search of a new promised land. I want to know if this stone, inscribed with the Ten Commandments, might have been kept inside the ark, or was it left behind as a clue that one of the Bible's most sacred artifacts is right here in the United States?
This is the Decalogue stone with the Ten Commandments written on all sides of it. And this is a stone box that the Decalogue was found in. So when it was found, it was enclosed in this box, and you couldn't even see the stone inside. The box is carved out inside exactly to fit the Decalogue stone.
Who's that guy?
Well, this guy
right there.
Robe.
That's supposed to be a depiction of Moses. So hold on, wait a minute. So they found over here in America, Ten Commandments carved in Hebrew, right? And they found ancient Paleo Hebrew. And now they got a carving of Moses carrying the tablets of the Ten Commandments. Give me Psalms 147:19, please. Psalms 147. Read that.
Psalms 147 verse 19.
Because why would this be here? How come the so-called Native Americans know about Moses? How do they know about the Ten Commandments?
Christianity.
How do they know? This was before. This was before they even brought Christianity in. How did we found ancient Paleo Hebrew? You saw that? He said,
Ancient.
where's this history? When Columbus came, he wasn't speaking Hebrew. So how did they learn Hebrew? Read that.
Psalms 147 verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob.
That's because God says he only showed his word to Jacob. Read on.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Only to the 12 tribes of Israel what was given the knowledge of God's statutes and his judgments. Read.
He hath not dealt so.
He hath what?
He hath not dealt so.
God said he didn't even deal with nobody else. Read.
With any nation.
Read on.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
No other nations knew God's judgments. No other nations went through what we went through. So how come there was ancient Hebrew? They got tablets with Moses carrying the commandments.
In a turban, holding either tablets or a breastplate, and over his head in these Hebrew letters it says Moshe or Moses. So must be Moses.
Okay, that's Moses, all right.
Who delivered the Ten Commandments.
Ten Commandments, okay. It seems to pass the scrutiny of the skeptics as far as the Hebrew text in the language. So now I'd like to try to add some evidence to this whole discussion. This is polished after it was carved. It's scratched like I would expect. But if it's not,
So the box in itself took an awful lot of work. I mean, if it was really a forgery, you wouldn't go all that much trouble to make a box for it. So I think that speaks to its authenticity that someone believes this is very important to someone.
This is a lot of work, and it's polished. It's got the detailing of the grooves. It wasn't made, as far as I can tell, from modern machinery. Geologically, I don't see any problems here that would make these things obvious hoaxes. So the skeptics have rejected this.
Well, that's been a factor, but the Hebrew is an odd thing to find here.
The fact that it's odd doesn't mean that it's not genuine. What it boils down to is really the problem with these artifacts is that the academics don't like them because they don't fit the paradigm. And unfortunately for them, you can't dismiss things simply because you don't like them.
Right.
And so the evidence to me seems clear. There's no reason not to accept these as genuine, legitimate artifacts.
They don't like it because it doesn't fit what they've been telling us. They know that that's the truth, and they cannot let that get out. So they're going to say, man, that's false. That is false. Don't believe it. But Esau did a research on it and said, you know what? Now, these things here, these are legitimate. These are real.
So why would they take so much time?
Right, just to do this. With no modern day tools. Read what you got.
2 Ezra chapter 3 and verse 36. Thou shalt find that Israel.
And who?
That Israel.
You so-called Native American Indians, you are the Israelites. We're proving it to you today here on the Natives Hour. You are the Israelites. Read on. Read it again from the top.
2 Ezra chapter 3 verse 36. Thou shalt find that Israel.
That Israel.
By name hath kept thy precepts.
God says that only the Israelites have kept his precepts, his laws. Read.
But not the heathen.
Not the heathen. The heathen have not kept God's laws.
Never kept.
So why would the heathen take so much time and work into making an idol with Moses on it, with ancient Hebrew writings carrying the Ten Commandments? They don't know nothing about that. That's not their history. That's your history. So-called Native Americans, that's your history. That's why it's there, because your forefathers knew. And that's why when Esau came, they said, you know what, we gotta kill the elders. We gotta kill these people's teachers. We gotta kill their leaders. That's what they did. So that you won't know that, hey, your forefathers knew Hebrew. Your forefathers spoke Hebrew. Your forefathers knew they was Israel.
That's right.
Let's pull that real quick. Where's that book at? It says Reuben. Get that real quick. Your forefathers knew that the Israelites was hidden. Read that. Call and read it when you get it.
This is the Lost Tribes in the Promised Lands, page 364. It says, upon hearing her words, they rose and went over to Montezuma, Zunios, and to his utter astonishment said, Shema, Israel, Adonai, Elohim, Adonai, Ehud. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God. The Lord is one. They had recited in Hebrew the fundamental credo of Judaism. They told him that they were themselves of the tribe of Reuben. And then...
Go back to the top, man. Go back to the top.
They told him that they were themselves of the tribe of Reuben.
So the Israelites, I'm going to use their term, the natives knew which tribe they were from. Don't you think they taught their kids that?
Absolutely.
That's why they came and slaughtered them. Read from the top when they went over Deuteronomy 6. Read that again. It says, the Lord our God is one. Read that again.
It says, upon hearing her words, they rose, went over to Montezunos, and to his utter astonishment said, Shema, Israel, Adonai, Elohim, Adonai, Ehud. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one.
Hold on, how would they know that? How would they know that? Don't you know that's in the Bible? That's in the Bible. I'm going to read it. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord.
So they do that scripture before Christianity.
How they do that though? How they do that? Remember, they were savages.
Yeah.
They didn't know they was dumb. They was living in teepees and
Running
huts,
around.
running around naked. How did they know that was in the Bible, in Hebrew? That's because you've been lied to, brothers and sisters.
That's right.
You've been lied to. You are not Native American Indians. You are not average. You are not below standards. You are above all nations on the earth.
That's right.
That's what God says. God says you are the Israelites. That's who you are. And here on the Natives Hour, we're going to let you know who you are according to the Bible.
That's
So our forefathers knew who they were. Our forefathers knew. They knew this from Reuben, Gad, Simeon, Ephraim. They knew who they were. But you don't know today because of Psalms 83, that crafty counsel.
That's right.
They cut us off from being the people, destroyed the history, killed all the elders, and said, you know what? Your name is going to be changed to Native American Indian. Go ahead.
Page 365 says, the God of these children of Israel is the true God. They had said, and everything inscribed on their tablets is true. At the end of days, they will be lords of all the nations of the earth.
Who was this speaking? It's not an Israelite speaking this.
It's not, no.
No. Who was that speaking?
It's the,
That's the author of the book. That's the Edomite. That Edomite is saying, hey, y'all better leave these people alone. Y'all better leave these people alone because these people at the end of the days, they're going to be rulers of the earth. That's in the Bible. Brothers and sisters here on the Natives Hour, we let you know that you are Israel. You must repent, keep God's laws. Why? Because salvation is for you. Rulership is for the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
And guess what? Guess what though? We can't just leave with 3 tribes. We gotta have all 12. Christ coming back for all 12.
That's right.
That repent and keep his laws. He ain't come back for just 3, for just 4. No, he comes back for all 12. It's like we just read in our Romans. All Israel shall be saved. From Judah down to Gad. All Israel.
That's right.
Those who repent and keep God's laws. All right? Let's get the video. Pyramids and hieroglyphics. 736. You know go?
One dissident, Cotton Mather in Boston, in the course of a long series of extraordinary letters to the Royal Society of London, drew attention to the existence in Connecticut of a tribe of Indians which practiced circumcision, thereby showing he thought that the American Indians should be considered as the lost tribes of Israel.
Stop. So Esau did a research and said, hey, these people are practicing circumcision. Why are they practicing circumcision? Why? Because these people are the lost tribes of Israel. Read that again.
2 Ezra 3, verse 36. Thou shalt find that Israel by name hath kept thy precepts.
Stop. Now read that book right there. Call it a
This is Trail of Tears, the rise and fall of the Cherokee Nation.
So this is a book about the so-called Cherokee Indians, right? Let's see what's in the book. Come on.
Chapter 1. Chapter 1. Indians were indeed.
Start from there.
Investigations were made in the 17th and 18th centuries to determine whether the American Indians were the lost tribes of Judah.
Stop. Off the jump, it says investigations were made in the 17th and 18th centuries. Why are they investigating this if these people are Israel? Why are they investigating this? Because they knew, okay, these people over there in China, those can't be the Israelites. These people over there in Asia, can't be the Israelites. These people in Iraq, Afghanistan, can't be the Israelites. We're going to investigate these people right here in America. Read that.
It says American Indians were the lost tribes of Israel, Investigations were made in the 17th and 18th centuries to determine whether the American Indians were the lost tribes of Judah. And it was pretty well proved, both yes and no.
So they say, basically what they're saying is, they not from Judah, but they from a tribe of Israel. That's basically what they said. It was both proved, yes and no. They not from Judah, but they are definitely Israelites. That's what he just said. Read on.
And unprovable either way.
Unprovable, read on.
Which made it an excellent topic for study and exploitation. One populated by warm bodies and tear-stained faces and beautiful waiting children. James Adair, an Irish trader who lived among the Cherokees for 40 years to see.
So this Edomite lived with the Cherokee Indians for 40 years. Real.
Decided the Indians were indeed one of the lost tribes.
Hold on. What did this man that lived with them for 40 years decide?
The Indians were indeed one of the lost tribes.
So he said, you know what? My 40 years of investigation, these people are definitely Israelites. These people here are no doubt one of these tribes. They're from a tribe of Israel. One of them. I can't say which one, but I know these are Israelites. Read on.
And wrote 70,000 words.
How many words?
70,000 words.
Bro, if you ain't got if a people is not Israel, bro, you ain't gonna come up with 70,000 words proving that they is.
Just one.
That's evidence.
No.
70, right. Exactly. Right, one word. No, impossible. He said he wrote 70,000 words proving that the Cherokees were Israelites.
Right.
Read on.
On the 70,000 words on the subject, at a time when printed words were dear, he used as evidence such topics as their division into tribes, their language, and dialect.
Hold on now, wait a minute. He said he used their language to determine if they fit the criteria of being an Israelite. The language, read on.
And dialects.
Come on.
Their festivals.
Their what?
Their festivals.
Their feast days.
Feasts.
He said he determined, but listen though, look how he determined if they were Israelites. He determined it with what?
Everything that they did.
With the Bible. He determined if they fit the criteria of an Israelite with the Bible.
Match what they were doing with what the Bible says.
Exactly. Their feasts, read on.
And religious rites.
Their
absolutions and anointings. Their laws of uncleanliness. Their avoidance of unclean things.
So hold on, how did they know what was unclean? How did they know what was unclean? Who taught them? That's because they are Israelites. You so-called Native Americans, you are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. That's who you are. That's who you are according to the Bible. How else would you know what's clean and unclean? That's because you are the Israelites. Read on.
Their practices of marriage, divorce, and punishment for adultery.
For what?
Punishment for adultery.
For what?
Adultery.
Hold on, wait a minute. What other nation has a book that goes against adultery? Where they get that word from? It's the Bible.
That's the only word.
That's it. Hold on, get Sirach real quick. Get Sirach 17 and verse 11. 17 and 11 real quick. Brothers and sisters, here on the Natives Hour, we are here to let you know that the so-called Native Americans in America, the so-called Native Americans in Canada, Alaska, throughout the four corners of the earth, you are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
That's who you are according to the Bible. Read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 17, in verse 11. Verse 11. Beside this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance.
So God gave the Israelites the laws for a heritage.
That's right.
The same thing we just read. Go back to that. And go down when it says, right here, Indians were indeed. Read that.
Indians were indeed one of the lost tribes and wrote 70,000 words on the subject.
Read on.
At a time when printed words were dear.
So he wrote 70,000 words on this subject. Read.
He used as evidence
such
topics as their division,
their heritage
into tribes, their language,
their heritage,
and dialect,
their heritage,
their festivals,
their heritage,
feasts.
He determined who they were
by the
heritage. Because he knew only the Israelites would keep this heritage.
That's right.
And they fit the criteria. Read on. Go back.